What's up, everybody? I just recorded this whole video once, and then my files got corrupted, and then nothing happened, and it was super out of focus as well, too. It was just an entire shit show. So, you're getting it on a webcam, and that's just gonna how it's be, because I shot it with my nice DSLR and was gonna make everything real pretty and have good, clean footage, and now I don't give a shit, and it's on a webcam. So, welcome to the new series. It's called Story Time, and what I'm gonna do is just tell you a story about some shit that happened in my life. Episode 1, if you haven't read the title, is called I Got a Kinda Funny Tattoo. If you don't know who Kinda Funny is, they are a podcast group that I like a whole lot. So go check them out, go give them a like, go give them a subscribe, all that good shit. But I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, give it a like. After that, we'll see if we make more of them. I hope so, because this seems like it was fun when I shot this the first fucking time. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me make sure my audio is going. Yay! Oh shit, that makes it so much easier. I can have both open at once. Oh, sick. Technology. So, let's start at the beginning. Primarily my birth. This tattoo, yes, goes back to my birth. So, pretty much all my tattoos do. So, I grew up Jehovah's Witness. I was born into it, and when I was 18, my family and I were able to get out of it. I say get out of it because, as most of you might think, like, oh, those are the nice people that come knock on my door and try to talk to me about God on the weekends. And that is the case, except for the fact that the Jehovah's Witnesses are also a fucking cult. Yeah. So, they don't allow a lot of room for individualism. They don't allow a lot of room for self-expression. There's an image painted for you of how you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, and it's very repressive. I, being the big fucking nerd that I am, with a, flair for the dramatic, I didn't see myself, once I hit about 15, 16, I didn't see myself staying with it. One of the downsides is that if you decide that you don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore and you leave, nobody talks to you. The Jehovah's Witnesses follow a pretty stiff shunning policy. That being said, I was lucky enough to get out with my family. But that still left some wounds and left some very gaping holes in my sense of self. And so naturally, after my 18th birthday, I was like, I'm getting a tattoo. What did I get? Well, I got this. The greatest tattoo you could ever get to piss off your Jehovah's Witness grandmother. So I got that, and then after that, we started on my sleeve. About 7 years went past that we finally got this thing finished. And on the last session of getting this done, I decided that I wanted to redo the pinup. Not change it, but add to it. I got that tattoo when I was 18, and I just wanted something loud and attention grabbing. And now it's like, I still like attention grabbing tattoos. I like bright, colorful shit, but I wanted to just kind of bring it a little more of a grown-up tattoo, so we went and did this to it. During that session, Kim and I got to talking about Spider-Man. When Kim is a big Spider-Man fan. I asked her if she'd ever done a Spider-Man tattoo, and she said, no, I haven't. Nobody's ever done one for me. I was like, hey, you can put one on me. Like, you've tattooed me for literally done every single one of my tattoos except for one little one right there, and I might actually end up having her go over that just so I can say that she's done all my tattoos. I don't remember where I was headed. Right. So we got to talking about the Spider-Man tattoo, and Kim also being a very big Kind of Funny fan, it being something that we talk about pretty frequently. She made the throwaway comment of, maybe I'll just find a big Kind of Funny fan and do a shirtless Spider-Man. I didn't skip a beat. I was like, absolutely, we need to do that. And, we laughed about it, and I went home serious about it. And then I was like, I don't know. I mean, I really want to do it, but I don't know if she'd be, like, down to do it. So I sent her the reference. I was like, hey, can we actually do this? Like, I sent it the next day. And she said, Steven, I'm not kidding. I was pulling up references, like, yesterday. And it was then I was like, yeah, we got to do it. So we set up the appointment. A few months go by. Oh, shit, no. Fucking a pandemic hits. Get through all of that. We started doing like soft opening here in Indiana, and then so we went in, and we only had to push my appointment back a little bit, but we went and started on it, and holy shit was I stoked when I walked into the shop and saw the stencil. But I'm getting ahead of myself. On the ride over, I was trying to decide like which leg I wanted to put it on. Like I have, I don't have anything on this leg, but I have like a couple tattoos on this leg, and I was like, I want to get over here where I already have the tattoos. And then when I realized where I wanted to put it, something clicked in my head, because I wanted to put the tattoo next to a tattoo I have with my mom, which is a Jägermeister symbol with a red nose on the stag, which that's a story for another time. I realized in that split second that like how much Kim actually meant to me as a friend, and not even just as a friend, but as an artist who helped me define myself. I grew up with an image painted of how I was supposed to be, and it never made any sense to me. I was like, that's not who I am. And as time went by, and I realized that like I was different, and I started breaking out of it. As soon as I started getting tattooed, shit started like, okay, this is me. And then I was in bands, and I was doing I was trying to do, I pretty much threw myself into music, to be totally honest. But we're getting off track. We're getting off track here. I cannot express how much Kim's friendship and her talent has done for me. She has literally seen me go from a repressed kid who's fresh out of the witnesses to who I am now, and God, I'm totally different people. Two totally different people. Totally different people. Anyway, we get into the shop, and she lays the stencil. We're sitting, well, not even lays the stencil on. We sit there for an hour trying to decide how we're going to line everything up. And so we get it lined up. The stencil gets put on. I looked at it in the mirror, and it just made me laugh. I was so happy to have it. So she starts on it, and Kim likes to start from the bottom of the tattoo and work her way up so she doesn't remove her stencil. Most tattoo artists like to do it that way. Or what do I know? I've only been tattooed by one person. We don't talk about that other one. It's gonna be done. We're gonna fix that. So we start on it, and what's the first thing that we gotta do is Greg Miller's fucking feet right on my knee. Do you know how hard it is to sit still while you're getting your knee tattooed? That shit hurts. Right on the knee.
Well, I'll start over here.
That's fine, let's do it.
This is gonna go away.
Yes, do it. Fuck your feet, Greg. Fuck your feet. Anyway, so we're going through the tattoo, and yeah, it hurts, and we're getting there, and laughing about it the whole time, as you do. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Oh. So, it starts coming together, and then once we're finally finished with it, I stand up and I see it in all its glory, finally. And I'm sure you guys are tired of waiting around on it, so here it is. Drum roll. So there you have it, the Kind of Funny tattoo. It's pretty ridiculous. It's a pretty ridiculous tattoo. But it means a lot more than just, oh, you know, Kind of Funny made me laugh and I wanted to have a fun tattoo to share with a friend. This tattoo is so much more than that. About 3 years ago was when I found, I don't know if it was 3 years ago. It was around the time of the Harry Potter in review. What up? I gotta cut in with a quick correction, because obviously Harry Potter in review was not 3 years ago. My timeline's all fucked up because obviously when you get into a relatively depressive state, shit kind of gets foggy. So about 3 years ago was when I started hearing about Kind of Funny through like Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter, and I started like really listening to you guys right before Harry Potter in review started. So about a year ago. So I've been in the shit for a year and then known of you guys for about 3 years. Just giving a clarification because I watched this back and I was like, that's not right. So back to the video. And I had stumbled across those. I think they were still finishing when I found them. I think you guys had like the last two to do. But I was in a bad spot at that time in my life. I was dealing with breakups and my fucking brain was trying to be an asshole to me. I was not in a good place. I was rough. But Kind of Funny made me laugh on days when I hadn't smiled for a week. They helped me come back to earth when I was having anxiety and panic attacks. They just by doing what Kind of Funny does, they propped me up enough and gave me enough happiness to keep me going, to just keep me plugging through the days and getting through work and hell, even making some videos every once in a while. The fact of the matter is that this tattoo isn't just a silly shirtless guy in a Spider-Man mask holding his dog. This tattoo is a representation of family, and not the family you're born into, because the family I was born into sucked. They didn't want me to be who I wanted to be. They wanted me to be what they thought I should be. This tattoo represents the family I've chosen. It's the few friends that I do keep. It's Kim. It's, oddly enough, Kind of Funny. You guys feel like my family, like the community watching, you know. It feels like being the friend sitting in the corner just chilling out, which was always me. I just chilled out and listened and laughed. So, the last I'll say of this sappy shit is, to Kind of Funny, I will never be able to express how much you helped in a time when I could not find help anywhere else. And to Kim, I will never be able to repay. I will never be able to repay you for the identity you helped me find. So, you want to see this thing? Like, for real, for real? You can see how fucking big it is. It's big. It's a big tattoo. So, oh god. We gotta climb up here. Climbing up on the chair. Here we go. I'm wearing sweatpants, don't judge me. God damn white balance. There it is. Oh shit, that light's so bright. Hang on a second. There we go. Not near as blown out now. There it is. In all its glory. Wrapping around. Getting a little handsy. But yeah, that thing's fucking big. And fuck your feet, Greg. Holy shit, that hurt. And we had to start there. Ugh. Let me know what you guys think of this new video. Like, I kind of want to do this as a series, just shooting the shit. Remember, go over to Kinda Funny, check them out, give them a like and subscribe. All 4 people who watch my videos. And if you like my shit, go ahead and give me a subscribe and a like as well. I'd appreciate it, because I'm gonna try and get back into this shit. I just did an update, like an update video. It's just in me talking while playing Minecraft. Just kind of explaining the direction I want to take things. But until then, be good, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video.